Good afternoon. I actually have the sound working first right off the bat. This is Doug from IntroToCryptos.ca, and today we're going to do a little different live stream where I've been doing some research on another platform and wanting to expand my own knowledge about different tokens and cryptocurrencies. Hello, Oli. Good to have you here. Thanks for dropping in. I am having a pretty good day. So what we're looking at here in front of us is Bitcoin prices, and the candlesticks are from BitMEX, where the blue background is the price of Bitcoin on Ethfinex. And I love watching these two together to see what the different exchanges are doing. Howdy P forever, HWDP forever. Thanks again for joining us. I like it. And so in today's live stream, instead of going over all of the things on Poloniex and updating the spreadsheet to say when the bull market is really going to start in the cryptocurrencies, what I want to do today is go over another exchange, and I want to go over to... Hello, Ryan. Good to have you here as well. It's like FTP, but in Polish. Great to have you here. Are you from Poland? Are you watching from overseas right now? I'm from Canada, and it's just above zero out here now. Winter is on its way. So what I'm doing here today is I'm looking over the top 20 by volume traded tokens on Ethfinex. I was over on Bitfinex and I logged in there and they had an update or something about Ethfinex, and I went, you know, I should check that out. So I went over and I started looking through it, and I see that there are scads, loads, just tons of markets that I have no clue about. All sorts of markets, many in US dollar and against Ethereum and against Bitcoin. And as I'm going through and looking at the volume of the trading going on here and the amount of activity, I thought that's pretty interesting. I want to learn more. And I also want to learn more about the margin funding here, where you can earn passive interest, passive money. You can put your money up there and not risk it through trading, but consistently grow it and compound your money by lending it for a short period and then having those loans close and then lend out everything that you earned with interest. And that is fantastic. Greetings from the second half of the globe. Wow, I love the internet. This is amazing. So today I spent quite a few hours actually going through the top volume traded coins here. And if we go and switch to see the lowest volume coins here, we're sitting getting 10 and 12, 14, 16 US dollars of trading per day. So some of these tokens are really inactive, and I will get to studying these. I will work my way through all of them because there are some really good deals in there, and I want to be able to find them. Oh, there we go. And so I'm going to learn more about all these tokens. And what I've done is I've pulled together a spreadsheet. I love the spreadsheets because I can put information together, and then over time I can continue to fill it out and fill it out and fill it out and follow patterns and see what's actually going on. So right now I've only pulled in the top 20 and a little bit more. SAN wasn't in the top 20, but it's one of the 5 markets that you can lend for margin lending. And I guess I got to say that this is not available in the United States. If you're in the USA, then these markets are not available to you because I don't know why. I won't even try to explain. Second, I got to bring up the risk disclaimer because I'm not a registered investment advisor, and this is not investment advice. Because, of course, I don't really know what your personalized investment goals are, and so I can't give you any advice at all. And I really don't know if prices are going to go up or down. Everything I say here is just my own speculation, and this is my own trading journal, basically, so that I can look back on this over time and see how correct I was at the beginning. And so it's a great learning tool for me, and I hope it really helps you out as well. I had a really interesting question earlier in our Discord chat. Let me pull this out of the way. And I want to pull up our Discord chat link and share that in the chat so that you can join us over on Discord. If you find these conversations interesting, we go on about it all day. This is super interesting stuff, especially at this time. And while I was chatting away in our Discord chat, which has been picking up, we've got a bunch of community members, we've got a bunch of the lifetime members in there. One of the guys asked me a question about something I've been, let me know, I see Damiano just joined us, so I've added you as a community member. Thanks for popping in on our Discord chat. While I was chatting in the last couple of videos, I've been talking about my expectation that this altcoin run is going to be different than the runs in the past. And I answered the question. The guy asked, and it was Dest at Work who asked, why am I saying that the altcoin are going to be running for 12 to 18 months? What is my reasons for saying something like that? And the reason is, first of all, there's the increasing trust and interest in the cryptos. Now the Security and Exchange Commission has started cleaning up all the scams and all the crap. The second reason I think there's going to be a big bull market is the ICO madness has finally cooled off, and most of the failed projects have already spent their money. They've already dumped their Ethereum, and they're no longer dumping their Ethereum on the markets and driving the price down. Third, the reason I think that altcoins are going for a longer term move is because Bitcoin's already showed us what can happen. From September 2015 to December 2017, it was a nice bull market that blew off the top there at the middle of December. But during that time, altcoins only did a few months of pump in 2017 from March to July. And then December and January, they did a little pump. And that was it. You know, they haven't really gone on a bull run yet. So the fourth reason I think that we're in for a big run is that now we have these organized exchange-traded funds and futures trading contracts that are trading on Bitcoin price. This is going to bring in big institutional traders, more of them. Fifth is the proliferation of stable coins that are connected to fiat. We've got a new one for Australia, we've got a couple new ones for the US dollar, and there's more and more of them coming out. And they're doing this on purpose so that they can make it easy for people to be investing in digital currencies and get into these digital assets. And finally, of course, is the chart patterns that I've been going on and on about. There are bottom formations all over the place. And for me, that signals that the moment of the beginning of that bull trend is near. And that's why most every day I'm doing that bull market watch spreadsheet. So once things start to get active, there's going to be more fear of missing out. But this time it's not going to be just the whales and all of us small traders. This time it's going to be the institutions. It's going to be the banks. It's going to be people who have billions of dollars, not just hundreds of thousands or just millions of dollars. These are much bigger entities. So that's why I think that the altcoins are going to be taking off, and not just the cryptocurrencies, but a lot of the tokens as well. And so it's an important time. Good to have you along. It's an important time to start positioning in these cryptos. Even if you're only putting $20 into this coin and $20 into that coin, this is going to be worth your while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this spreadsheet. Where's that link? So that every Wednesday I'm going to go over the tokens on Ethfinex. And I'm going to go deeper and deeper. I'm going to do more and more of them. So let me put this over on to Twitch as well. And this spreadsheet will get filled out more and more, and it'll become a resource that you can go back to and check in on as things go along. So right now, all I have is the list of coins that are the top 20 volume coins. And I just pulled those out by going to Ethfinex and sorting this by volume for the US dollars traded. Ethereum is $16 million in volume on this exchange in the last 24 hours. That's massive. MGO is one that is a real fantastic move. I think this is it. Nope, that is, but I also did a screenshot over here. I think this is the screenshot. Let's check it out. No, wrong market. That's OMG. MGO. You can't see it much here in this chart, but it has gone up 10,000%. It has gone 10 times in value. So if I go back over to Coinigy, where I'm more familiar, and drag this back so we get more chart on there, what I want to do is search out MGO, and it was traded for a longer period of time over on Cryptopia. So if I can zoom out to a long period of time here, here's the 3 months chart. And if you've been following along these other videos that I've been doing about the simple trading plan, you know that this is the break of the downtrend line. We can see the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here, and that on the 12-hour bar, the moving average is crossed over. So there's our buy signal right there. And on that buy signal, it left at about 2,500 Satoshi, but it started from 1,000 down at the bottom here, 1,300, and it's over 10,000 now. This is just in the last month of prices, just about exactly a month, 3 weeks maybe, that it's gone up 10 times in value. Now, I don't know enough about this market, but I like to see this, and I'm expecting to see this in many more of the rest of the markets. So if you only had $20 in this, it would now be worth 200. If you put 100 in there, it's now 1,000. You know, this is the kind of stuff that I've spent all this time studying so that I am in position before it takes off, so that I recognize these patterns and I put my trade on, and then I sit back and wait to see what's it going to do. So this was very exciting to me to start off with one of the first coins here that when it was just listed onto Ethfinex, that was on the 8th of October. So it had already started its big bull run, did a little pullback, and off it's going again. And who knows how far it's going to go? I don't know. It's trading on different exchanges for different amounts. And this is MGO versus US dollar. So it's at 75 cents. It's not even at $1 yet. And I really want to be in position for many of these. Oli, I bought on the 1, 2, 3 when it lined up with a 0.5 Fibonacci. Yep, there are many different ways to trade the 1, 2, 3 bottom, and when I teach the simple trading plan, which you can find over on my website, let me pull that up. You can get the simple trading plan on my website. It is a complete system that you can pick up when you go there. Let me go to YouTube now and share this link. I don't know if it'll let me. We'll see. Anyway, go to IntroToCryptos.ca and you can sign up on the homepage, and I have a webinar there that is full of information that'll really give you the details on how to determine when that bull market is actually starting, and then the simple trading plan. You get a chapter from my upcoming book, and you get the most important chapter for free. And I like to give this stuff away because I think it's important that more people know about this and benefit from it, because I really want your success stories. So now, an interesting thing that I did as I was starting to go through and study all of these markets, and I was a little overwhelmed to begin with, I'll tell you, because there are so many here. And not only are there so many, but every single one of them has OMG versus US dollar, OMG versus Bitcoin, OMG versus Ethereum, the next one, the next one, the next one. All the way along, they have these 3 different ways of looking at the price of the token. And I was kind of overwhelmed looking at all of these different things, thinking, how do I sort this out into a meaningful way? And what I did is I went to Coinigy and I started to save chart formations that show 3 things, all 3 of those things. So now I have rep versus Bitcoin, and then in the light purple is rep versus Ethereum, and then the dark purple down below is rep versus US dollar. And I noticed right away that rep for one of them, which is Augur, the new betting platform that must be getting ready to go because of the chart pattern here. When you see the price versus Ethereum, it started breaking higher sooner, and it didn't go down as low when the Bitcoin and US dollar price of the token went down lower. So there's a clear divergence here between Ethereum and Bitcoin and US dollar. And I thought that is interesting. And I did another one and I did another one until I thought, geez, I got to save these in a way that I can make a presentation about it and share this information, because I think it's giving us inside information about what's going on with Ethereum. There's a fire truck going to go by here, so I'm going to mute myself for a minute. When I picked this apartment, I liked the layout of it. I liked the setup of the apartment, and I didn't consider that it's street facing, and my last place was very nice and quiet, so I didn't think about it. And this place has got a lot of road noise. And it's right on the main thoroughfare where all the fire trucks go by day and night. So I probably won't be here too long. Now, aside from that, I started looking at all these charts and seeing this same divergence from the price versus Bitcoin, the price versus US dollar, and the price versus Ethereum. And it occurred to me that there must be something different going on with Ethereum than with all of the other cryptos. So this one I had to do, this one's EDO versus Ethereum, and look at the price of it going up. Then EDO versus Bitcoin is the blue, and EDO versus the US dollar is the purple. So relative to the very start of this chart back here on the in April, just after the top when things went up from March till April and they topped out and everything was coming down, this is our original 0 mark basically. You can see that the US dollar value of this coin is down 31%, the Bitcoin value of it is down 14%, but the Ethereum value is up 72%. So if you'd been trading this coin versus Ethereum, it's an enormous profit instead of a small loss. And then I loaded up the next one and I did the same thing. So this is BAT versus Bitcoin, and some of these I had to do opposite so that Bitcoin was the main one and Ethereum was the an add-on afterwards. Because when I did it versus Ethereum, the chart wouldn't even show Bitcoin and US dollar value. They were just pushed right out of the chart scaling. So you can see here again that Ethereum is like off the chart. The BAT value versus Ethereum is off the chart, but it's actually down 33% from April on the Bitcoin chart and down 67% on the US dollar chart. So there's something really different going on with Ethereum that is not being revealed when we look at the price of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Something is up here, and you can see it over and over again when we're looking at the price versus Ethereum and the price versus Bitcoin for CNN. And when we go to DAD, we can see this is the price versus Ethereum, here's the price versus Bitcoin, here's the price versus US dollar. Again, the same thing where the price versus Ethereum is higher than the price versus Bitcoin. So if you have any ideas or comments or suggestions as to why this might be, I am all ears, all eyes to read it. Now, LYM didn't have quite the same divergence there. MKR. Again, this one's not quite the same. The Ethereum is strong, but Bitcoin isn't too bad either. It's the US dollar value that it's actually less. So I wanted to check these all out. I wanted to share this finding. Here, this is DAI versus Ethereum, and it's pretty close for Bitcoin. It's not quite the same divergence. And ODE, when I did this study, we can see Bitcoin's lower, US dollar's lower, and the value versus Ethereum is up significantly higher. That's a big difference. And then ESS is another one that I was able to do the study on, and we can see this one is pretty close. This is actually matching along fairly well. And so I wanted to start off doing every Wednesday now, covering things on the tokens that are traded on Ethfinex. And as the Wednesdays go along, I will add in more and more information, and I will fill out our spreadsheet here so that we get details about the currency, we get details about the charts, and then I'm going to start doing the simple trading plan studies where I'm going to mark this one, say if it's a buy, if it's a sell, if it's a get out, or whatever. And I'm going to start tracking these things over time as well. And it's going to take a while, but I'm going to fill out as many of these cryptos as I can and start really learning about them, about all these different tokens, and getting them listed here. And now I want to go back to my main way of looking at these, which is the why are we getting this filter? Poloniex. And I want to go to Ethereum. (11/11/2018) is the most valuable date in cryptocurrency. Please note this date. And why do you say that, World Sports Games? I'm keen to be finding that out. So here's the price of Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And even though Ethereum has gone down lower than Bitcoin, many of those tokens were showing much greater value, much greater divergence than this versus Bitcoin. So they're maintaining their value versus Ethereum, and they are, watching those kind of divergences between one market and the other is interesting right off the start, but it's going to become informative over the weeks as we're watching it to see how it changes over time. So if you've got any of these tokens on Ethfinex that you think are worth looking at, I'll be happy to go and check them out. But there is pretty much what I wanted to talk about here about the introduction to doing studies on Ethfinex and going through the cryptos, the tokens that are on there. So my first bit of study was really identifying that large divergence between the price versus US dollar versus Bitcoin and versus Ethereum, and then we can start tracking that over time. Please note this date, 11/11/11. I don't know. I'm not much of a numerologist. And right here you can see there's a divergence between the price on Bitfinex versus the price on BitMEX. And they're matching all the way along here, and now this divergence has split right over this last 2 weeks, week and a half, where Bitfinex is showing considerably stronger prices than BitMEX. So which one, when we zoom in and we get closer, then that divergence changes. But over the long period of time, you can see that this is pretty clear divergence. So which of these two markets is the leader? Which one is going to do it? Is Bitfinex going to come down to match BitMEX, or is BitMEX going to pop up to match Bitfinex? All right, so I will cut her short here for today. Just a 30-minute presentation just to do the introduction and to start laying the foundation for the Ethfinex studies. And this I'll update more and more over time. Showtime, thank you very much. Yes, indeed, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that this might be helpful to you. I hope it is. And I know it's just my own research, and it's just based on what I'm trying to learn myself. And I'm putting it together in a way that I hope to share with people, and hopefully it makes a difference. But of course, the main reason I'm doing this is for my own benefit, so that I do better at my own trading, so that I identify opportunities like we just saw with MGO, where it went up 10 times in value over the last month. I want to have more of those. In fact, I feel a pressing need to have more of those in my life. I did really well in March of 2017 and December, January of 2018. But I actually also believe that I made $1 million, $500,000 mistake. A $500,000 mistake in judgment. Because right here in July and August of 2017, I was still bullish on the alts. Every time Bitcoin made a top formation here and alts were making a bottom formation, I thought, here we go, the alts are going to take off again. Every time Bitcoin made a top, every time it made a top, I was still bullish on the alts, and that was a fail. If I'd taken all of my alts and sold them out here and just stayed in Bitcoin, I would have made $500,000 more money than I did. So literally that mistaken judgment cost me $500,000. And now I'm doing these studies very detailed so that when the next divergences start, when altcoins are following Bitcoin, I want to be trading in altcoins. When altcoins go against Bitcoin and Bitcoin is going up and the alts are getting pushed down, of course, I want to put my money into Bitcoin. Then when Bitcoin tops out next time and altcoins are topping out next time, I want to take all my money out of cryptos and put it into fiat, maybe gold and silver or something. But those are some of the important things that I'm really watching closely for, and one of the reasons I'm doing all of these live streams, because when I have a question about it myself, I can go back and watch my own video and see what I was thinking, what was I saying. And I learned a lot by watching my own videos through this time in 2017, as I went back and I was watching them thinking, what did I do wrong? Why was I wrong there? What was I thinking? Why was I thinking that? And I went back and I studied all of my reasons for it. Now I think I'm better prepared, and I'm studying it hard, because I think there are millions of dollars to be made, even if you're starting out with a very small investment portfolio. No more going through the charts. Yes, Ryan, I'm going to do those charts again tomorrow. I'll update the other spreadsheet tomorrow. But on Wednesdays now, I'm going to focus on everything that's going on Ethfinex. Next Wednesday, I'll be going through all, like a rash of the micro coins. And I only started doing the study on this here today, so I didn't have enough time to go through all of these markets and pull together something that will be interesting. But by the time next Wednesday comes around, I will have had time to do the research, and I'll have some great information about the little wee volume coins there that if you put $20 in, it can turn into thousands. And you think, that's crazy. How could that be? Well, it happened in Bitcoin, right? In January of 2011, you could have taken $10, and you could have bought 40 Bitcoin. Now 40 Bitcoin is worth a lot of money now. And so I really want to be doing the same thing in all of these different cryptos, lots of the different tokens, and I want to have a very well diversified portfolio so that I have like an insurance policy. If one of them does take off and turn into the thousands of dollars per token, per coin, that I've got them. I want to have a few of them, 10 of them, 20, 30, 40 of them, and just have a little bit of everything, because then, like an insurance policy, you're covered. And the other reason is that all of the cryptos go up in a wave. And if you go to IntroToCryptos.ca and you take that free training course, that free training webinar that I do there, I detail and show you when the bull markets were starting the last 3 times, and how the simple trading plan actually would have worked on them, hypothetically. And I think that's really valuable stuff to study when we're looking at all of the cryptos that we're seeing now that are making such wonderful potential bottom formations. So if we look at Pascal coin, if I just grab one for randomly, look at this, the peak in 2018, where it is now. If I look at Stratus, look at this. Look at that formation. Look at that takeoff. And this was one of our markets that turned into a buy signal just the other day. Or maybe it was an alert and it was getting close. Here's another one. There's just on and on and on. All these different coins are looking so fantastic. The formations are in place. It's time to have a little bit of money in all these markets according to my own trading plan. So thanks for stopping in. I see there's 10 people on YouTube and 1 viewer over on Twitch, which I always forget the name of. So it's great to have you guys here. I appreciate it. And tomorrow we'll go over all of the crypto charts again in the bull market watch. And next Wednesday, when I do the next Ethfinex review of these different tokens, there'll be a lot more detail. So that's it for today's live stream. I'll sign off for now and wish you guys all the best. Hello there again, Triangle. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. It's good to have you here. And if there's any questions, write them in the below the video, because I answer all those questions. I read all the comments and reply to all of them. Cheers and all the best in your crypto trading. I'll talk to you all tomorrow.